Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about Barndominiums. Some people use the short term Barndo. We're going to discuss the components of these buildings and give you a little insight. This is Dan with MAXZ, Climate Resilient Building Materials, and we're going to dive into the Barndominiums right now. A barndominium is a multi-use building, usually found in rural settings, people that have a little bit of land. The structure and the design of it doesn't usually fit into urban settings with building standards and codes and communities. But you have your living space, and then you usually have a large garage, workshop. People park their RVs and buses in these, but it's combining everything under one roof, and it's a great way to go. So we'll get into the next step. You can see in this floor plan how the combination works. This building has a 3-car garage, then their general living quarters, patio, deck, all those types of things. Now, just because they're called a barndominium doesn't mean that they have to look like a barn. This one happens to look like a barn, and it could be an early takeoff. But they can look like anything that the owner decides that they want to make it look like, from the modern to the traditional style. All of them are going to have the same basic things: living space and storage space, workshops, things like that, all under one roof. So you're seeing a lot of different styles. There's a lot of architects and designers, and also there's floor plans online that you can buy if you see something there that you like for your house and barndominium. One of the characteristics of most barndominiums is a very high ceiling, high-pitched ceiling, vaulted ceiling. A lot of people like that look, and of course a lot of these buildings are big enough that people can add on a second floor, and they really like this look. You have to take a lot into consideration with insulation on a very high ceiling like this. Speaking of insulation, it's just one of the many aspects that you need to consider when building any home, let alone a barndominium. So please talk to an architect or a general contractor and make sure you're building this home to last you a lifetime, and that you're doing it right on the front end, and you won't have problems with the house later on in years. One of the other characteristics that we talked about was a large shop, garage, storage area. Here's a couple examples of that, and you'll see what people have done with their home. Now we're looking at exterior finishes. A lot of people use metal for the exterior. This happens to be a board and batten look, and it could be metal, it could be wood, it could be PVC. PVC's got a lot of new brands out there that look really good and easy to maintain. Here's a standard type of roofing, metal, and this is another place where you would use a general contractor or architect. Metal roofing comes in all different shapes and sizes, and it comes in different qualities, including the coatings on the outside. You need an expert to talk to you about this, and not just settle for anything that comes down the pike. Insulation. It's a big subject, important subject, and especially with the barndominium, because you have metal siding and you have the metal roof. You have to figure out how you're going to insulate this to make sure that your building's comfortable and affordable to live in. So a lot of people are using foam, and of course closed cell foam is more expensive. Does a better job than open cell foam. But this is what people are using. Here's a big space that was done. They have to come in and cut all the excess off, and it's not cheap, it's expensive. So insulation is a big deal. While we're talking about insulation, this is a perfect place to introduce you to ThermaSteel Advanced Panel System. This is a product that we recommend and use on our projects. It's good for all types of homes, including barndominiums, especially for that, and also for commercial. We do hotels, dorm rooms, all that. It's been around for 50 years, and it's a proven product that's going to save you time, make your dwelling more comfortable, and it's going to make your dwelling more safe. So let's take a look, because it's got a Class A fire rating to it. There's a lot of advantages to building like that, and it's very affordable. Here's the typical exterior panel. Also, ThermaSteel makes ceiling panels, roof panels, floor panels, and it all works together in a big envelope to give you a very safe home. Once ThermaSteel receives your plans for your building or house, They go ahead and construct each panel to meet the specs of your plans, And of course you have, starts off with steel studs on the outside, closed foam cell insulation on the inside. The panels are put into a channel on the bottom connected to the floor, and then once the wall is up, then it's capped off with another steel panel to give it extra strength and stability. And on the ends of each panel is a tongue and groove system that allows the panels to lock together and be bolted and screwed. Here you see the protective shell of the ThermaSteel panels on the wall section, and they're getting ready to put up the roof panels. Well, this video is getting a little long, and there's so many details to cover we can't possibly do it in a short video here. But at least maybe we got your attention, and if you have some interest in building with ThermaSteel, it is the new way to go. Get away from that stick printing. Give us a call, 615-397-0406, and we'll be glad to discuss it with you, get you samples, go over your plans with you, and just give us a holler. So we want to thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you soon. Thank you, and goodbye.